My name is Anthony Orozco, and I'm doing this project to inform the public about this problem that I've uncovered throughout my final semester being a sophomore. And and this is a video of what I'm doing to help the situation. So take a look. Step one, what I did was find a topic that I was interested in, which was health risks of hormones, and how I got to that. The idea of hormones and GMOs was really because the month before we went to a trip to Shamrock Farms and their cattle, and I was thinking about food production, about how their thing was, how they did raise their cows and everything. So that's how I got to that, from picking a problem or something to focus on. I went deeper, and with deeper I found causes, drivers, and stakeholders to why hormones are affecting, or not affecting, but affecting the human health. So starting with step one, I found my problem. Then I went to look into causes, drivers, stakeholders. Once I found each one of those, I asked myself the 5 whys for why those drivers were doing what they were doing, basically. And from there, I got the 5 whys. And if there wasn't enough answers to the 5 whys, it's like, say you stopped at 1 why and you couldn't answer it no more, then that's not a really good problem or something really good to focus on. So once I got down to the last why, I quantified the problem, see what other people were doing about that problem. For step 2, I had to see who was doing something about my problem, and how were they eliminating it. For step 2, I had to find out who was doing something about the problem and how are they quantifying it. Quantifying it in the 7-step process means that what were they doing to limit it, how to stop it, just how are they trying to work this problem out.
Humans are impacted by hormone-fed cattle.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high, so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right, it doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song and you'll never be left all alone. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night and I'm coming on this long and winding road. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home.
Now step 3 is visioning. So I visioned the world without the problem of having hormone-fed cattle, or just basically
Know that I've seen too many romantic dreams.
Before I could move on, I noticed that my root cause wasn't root cause. Why I say this was because it wasn't specific enough to a place where I can do more research, where I can have actual success in my 7-step process. So once I found that puberty starts early, I went back into the 7-step process. So then it led to step 4. So now step 4, it's kind of involved in step 2 when you're thinking about what are the people trying to do about the problem. So in step 4, you're looking at what they are doing, but you're actually taking in part of what they're doing and trying to make it your own and having your own style of how to take action. So how I took action was I came up with some resources of a list of resources of what I need, and I was thinking about location and time, and those are two major things because, like again, in high school you don't have a lot of time, and in location we're in downtown, so you can't really find any specific place where to go.
Light falling off the silver screen. My heart's like an open book for the whole world to read. Sometimes nothing keeps me together at the seams. I'm on my way, I'm on my way home, sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. Just say
Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, Step 5, Step 6, finally Step 7. So basically on my website I have everything, my walkthrough of what I've done, what I did. I gave an example of some of the step 2 that I did, and then in step 3 I gave my visioning, and step 4 and 5 I explained what I did and what was I going to do, and then implementation of step 6 is all of this is what I did of me and my partners Jose and Abel. And then my flyers right here just to check it out. And step 7 is the reflection. I have a couple bullet points of what I could have done better and what I liked, and just how my presentation and how my process went. When making my website, when I'm done and I publish it, it always asks to like share on Facebook and Twitter. So every time I update it or something, I always do it. So like this. So go check it out and everything. So once posting it on Twitter, I'm pretty sure it worked because I got some retweets and a favorite. When I shared my website on Twitter and Facebook, I added more to what was going to be posted. So I did like hashtags of GMOs, hormones, so that people like in those type of clubs, or not clubs but like organizations, they can see and see what I'm doing about it, and also on Facebook and see what for my peers to look and see what I've been doing.
Or developed.
Right.
This cow is technically known as a Belgian Blue, and it's the product of selective breeding.
Selective breeding is the first stop on our tour of how man is using science to control nature. It's used by farmers to enhance desirable characteristics in their animals. In fact, selective breeding is all about managing sex. To create these Belgian Blues, over 100 years, farmers have only allowed the cows and bulls with the greatest muscle mass to mate. And the result is a bull that weighs over a ton.
We made a couple drafts of the flyers. We did drafts so that the flyer can look more appealing to the viewer, so that they can read it and actually get the information instead of just looking at it and saying, oh, there's a lot of writing, I'm not going to read it. So we try to appeal to more people. By this, we went around in class looking for what it needed. So with that, we had our final.
Jackson, ready? Can I recycle this? Can I recycle this? I don't want it. Ah. I don't want it. I want it. Okay. Is this recyclable?
No.
Sir, is this recyclable? Okay.
I'm gonna put it in your shirt. Here.
Genetic. Hey, I'm not.
The reason why we passed out flyers was to inform the people, inform the public, and inform the public police. So that's how we were informing.
All right, Daniel, what do you think is the percentage of hormones used in meat products?
I think it's like around 70%. Actually, it's about 80%.
So reflecting on what we did for our step 6 was that we passed out a survey, and that really didn't help because of how the questions were written. What I got feedback from some people were that they should put answers and that the questions should have been clearer. When arriving to my root cause, I went over it and it wasn't really specific enough to a point where I can do more research. So I went back and redid it, refound another root cause that actually was specific and had what I was looking for, which was health risk. So if I would have more time, I think that it would be something that would make it sustainable would be changing policies. So like hormone and GMOs, like if that would change to a place where it had to be healthy, it had to be organic, I think that would actually make a difference rather than informing people. So if policies change, so I got this idea from a few weeks back when this presenter, Dr. Robert England, he came in, he was talking about policies and that actually changing perspectives and actually changing behaviors rather than just something that reflecting on myself and reflecting on and analyzing the whole 7-step process would be the use of time. I mean, I did everything according to every day. I kept track, but something I could have done is like, since I was done and I still had time, I could have furthered my research or something to better and improve the step. So this video that I saw about my problem really influenced, not influenced, but like educated me to learn more, and you'll see it right now.
Time shift, obesity, really, according to the researchers. They write that heavier girls start puberty earlier, but added that there are literally hundreds of chemicals which could be causing this shift. Other experts weighed in, claiming obesity was unlikely to be the only cause, and that where girls live and how much meat and dairy they have in their diet will also affect.
At the end of watching this video, the host said to take a survey of what I think about the diet of teens and their puberty start rate or age. So when I went on the survey was closed, and I think that like it should be open so that if more people can see it like me in the future, that they can answer if they have any interest or something. But that was something I would like to take just to get more information and something that would benefit me and can benefit others in the future.
And for those that are interested in green and being very environmentally conscious, it also allows us to produce beef where these animals eat less corn and less grains. And so that's very important to us in the beef industry, that we are good with our, and as far as impact on the environment, but also be able to produce good quality beef that's going to be priced or have a good price point or affordable for consumers.
Is there such a thing as hormone-free beef?
There is actually not. the beef animal themselves produce hormones. They need hormones. Hormones are actually something that helps to regulate growth and a lot of activities in our body. And if they didn't have these hormones, they really wouldn't be able to grow and be normal animals. And people don't realize is that the hormone in the beef, when you eat it and it goes into your digestive system, your body doesn't look at it as a hormone. It digests in the stomach and breaks down. And our bodies just look at it as a part of their feed source or food source, part of the nutrients that go into our body. So it's totally neutralized.